really proud of our resiliency. The kids did a great job. They knew it would be a tough environment. They responded to not so great start, and we continue to improve and get better. Can't say enough good things about our offensive staff and offensive game planning. Our kids buy in each week to the plan, and they get better each week, and that's all we're trying to do is find the best version of ourselves. So give the kids a lot of credit. They did the hard work, they did the heavy lifting, and we got to continue to get better.
First play, Coach, your thoughts? I mean, you've said some.
I talked to Shooter before the game, and I said, we're going to let them score. Let's just get it in. So we consistently found a way to let teams score first and not have great first drives. And probably got a little aggressive there and didn't fit a play right. I mean, it's simple. We just didn't have a guy in the gap. Secondary's got to get the guy on the ground. We don't, historically, Georgia does not give up explosive runs. And we have a great secondary that leverages the ball. We take a lot of pride in that. So if the ball breaks out, we're going to get it before it gets 20. And that didn't happen. A lot of that has to do with their splits. But we didn't fit a gap right, and give them credit.
What did you make of the performance of Dylan Bell today, just the all-around game that he had for you guys?
A great competitor. His numbers called. He's ready. He made plays on back shoulder 50-50 balls. We had a great play that DeBobo put together for him, an opportunity to get the toss pass, and then the runs after the catch were big. So he stepped up big today, and we continue to have guys do that when other guys are down.
Kirby, from a historical perspective, I think this is 3 straight undefeated 8-0 seasons. I don't think that's been done before. What is it? And obviously you tied another record with 28 straight wins. How do you put that into perspective?
Yeah, I got to go play Tech next week. That's the perspective I got, because I got a lot of respect for Brent, and I know how much this game means to him. So, I mean, there'll be a time to look back on that, and there'll be a time to celebrate that, but it's not right now.
Got an update on Tate and Rara?
Tate banged knees, so felt like he might be able to get back in there. He kept trying to go, he couldn't. There was no X-ray, no damage there or anything. So he told me he's going to play this week, so we'll see. Rara foot was bothering him. X-rays negative. Wasn't an ankle sprain. It was more of a bothered him in warm-ups. Maybe a foot sprain, which is what Kamar's been dealing with, but we don't really know because the X-rays were negative. So that's good news. It's not ankle.
Lad was limited at the point.
Yeah, so Lad got an ankle last week, and he didn't practice all week. He thought he would be able to go, and was not really able to go. I think he tried, he got out there in warm-ups, did some things, but he didn't practice all week. It happened in the game.
How do you explain Carson's pretty consistent effectiveness on third downs?
Good plan, good offensive line, good understanding of protections. Really bright coaching staff. BMAC and Bobo, all those guys, they do the third down stuff together, and they put together a good plan. I like to brag that we get a picture that's as close to the game that most people don't get like during the week. So we put best pass rushers we got over there and say, hey, here's your third downs. And sometimes the picture might be better if we give them in practice than they get in the game. And I thought that we didn't do that real well Wednesday. We went back Thursday and did it again, and then it paid off a little bit today to be, what were they, 9 of 13? One of those they didn't get was late there, running the ball. And the defense was 2 of 11. So third downs have been the difference for us, obviously, this year. We cannot continue to lose first downs and play in third longs, but we've overcome a lot of those.
What is it like to have to replace coordinators as much as you guys have, and how do you make those decisions?
I don't see it's a problem. I don't feel like we've had to replace a lot of coordinators. I mean, maybe, I don't know what a lot would be. I don't know what that's relative to, but I look at it, you got a lot of continuity. And if you do the right things, people get out job opportunities. I'm certainly happy for them, but the culture's not going to change. The scheme's not going to change, at least on defense. So it's an opportunity for guys to come here, grow, and get better.
Along those lines, what is the key to sustaining quickly when you have so many clear first losses?
A lot of work, man. A lot of buy-in. We spend a lot of time in the off-season building our roster, and I'm not talking about portal kids or recruiting kids. I'm talking about like take what we got and make what we got better than what they got. And if that means meeting with a kid and selling our culture and selling Marcus Rosen, he's got a crack on a block, and that's more important than any catch he makes. And if the kids believe in that, they do a great job. We get a lot of outside help. We contract with people that come in and help us build I really believe our cultures are different. Everybody will say it's players. I just don't think that it's just players. We have good players. We have really good players. But I think there's a lot to our culture that kids buy into, and they stay level-headed. They're not talking about the streak. They're not worried about the streak. Like I said, it's going to end, and we're going to start a new one. But for right now, they just keep getting better.
Is that where you kind of draw, sorry, it's a reflection of the question, but is that kind of what you're doing for his satisfaction?
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing I can control as a coach is how we sustain, how we retain. Our retention and our ability to sustain is incredible. I got a great footprint to recruit from, unbelievable administration that supports what we want to do. But it's not easy, guys. Like, it's hard to win. And I don't appreciate that sometimes until you're talking to the coach before the game. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about Josh. I'm just saying in general, like, man, it's hard to do what y'all have done. It's hard. And I don't think that the staff, like, I'm gonna think the staff and the players get enough credit. Because, people have letdowns, people have bad games, and we try to win one more victory on punt, one more victory on punt return. What edge can we create in the game? Because if we slip over here, we got this over here. And I thought special teams was a big part of the day too, because we got the best punt return in the country, and we didn't give them a shot.
Who are some of those internal guys? You mentioned Tuesday and again on your coach's show that it had been kind of a tough week of practice and you need to find an internal edge. Who are some of those players that did give you that edge and step up this week?
Well, the leaders did. They responded well to not so great practice Tuesday. I felt like our team was tired, and they should be, because we're doing more reps when you play fastball. You got to do more reps. Everybody's tired of hitting each other. It's the end of the year. Like it didn't feel like we're getting ready to play Tennessee. It kind of ticked me off. And I told them, and they responded well with really good practice Wednesday, good practice Thursday, and they executed a good plan in a really hard place to play. I mean, guys, they won 14 in a row here for a reason. It's hard out there. You give up a touchdown on the first play, don't blink. Loud as hell.
He's undefeated in another 300-yard passing game. Should Beck be getting more kind of national recognition for what he's doing? Should he be in the Heisman talk?
And I don't lobby for those guys, but it's easy to sit back and say, look what this kid's done. The worst thing for Beck individually is he plays with a good defense, because it makes you not want to sit there and just run it up. I mean, some of these other guys, they get an opportunity, they got to score 40 a game. Like with Carson Beck, I don't think we as an offensive staff think we got to score 40 a game. I don't think we have to. We may have to, but we don't think we have to. So you're able to call the game differently as an offensive coordinator. So I don't think that hamstring, I don't think he cares about that, but he is talented, guys, and he's smart, and he's a better athlete than you think. And he's got 19 and some good players out there.
Talk about Brock. He's about as chill as they come. Do you know what caused him to kind of lose his cool coming out of that pile?
I don't know. He said it's a couple things he said that bothered him, but I'd rather not get into that. I don't get into all these soap operas.
Kirby, you said it's hard to appreciate what the totality of what you've been doing. But has it been fun this season to watch the progression from August, September to now?
It's fun tonight. It's fun tonight. It's work during the week. It's not the stress of the streak or stress of the wins. I mean, my wife and son, they're sitting over there. They got to put up with me all week. And you get tighter and tighter and tighter as the week goes. I'm not comfortable. I'm not going into a game comfortable. So that wears on you in terms of the wanting to be at your best. But you got to relax and know that you've done a good job. I read what Nick said recently about how much he enjoyed this team, because it was not about all the stress and all the stuff, about like just enjoy the team. And I think you can learn a lot from that, especially a guy that's done as long as he has. And he's at the point he is in his career where he's like, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy being out there in practice, enjoy being around players, and not the expectations that so many of you guys have.
Do you feel like you've gotten better at that over the years, just enjoying that?
I mean, it's always been that way for me. I mean, I want to be prepared. I want to have thought about everything that's going to happen, and have a plan for what if this is not working, what are you going to do next? If you coach well during the week, I'm sure all the coaches hard on Saturdays.
Where do you think you guys had so much success defensively aside from the first play today?
Good plan by Schumann and them. Look, they got some wide receivers that have been injured. Josh's offense is around the fact you can't go out there and cover guys on the perimeter, and they got really good backs. So, they're not quite the team they were last year. That he would be open, and they did that. So they helped us some today. And the injuries they've had a lot out of made it tough for them.
Coach, going back to Carson for a second, how have you seen him evolve throughout the year?
I get that question all the time, and I don't know how to answer it because there's evolution was 2 years ago when he was out there at practice and he was getting blitzed by 8 first-rounders, and like that, his evolution was already happening. Like anything that I've seen this year, what I've seen him do is go on the road. And I still remember when Stetson came up here 2 years ago and was running around like a crazy man and making plays. And I'm like, this guy is throwing the ball at D linemen. He made unbelievable throws to James Cook, but he grew up by going on the road. Stetson did. So that's what we had to see Carson do: go to Auburn and go to Tennessee and grow up. But outside of that, I'd seen him do a lot of stuff.
Coach, I asked you earlier in the year what your team was going to be at. You said you didn't know at the time. We're 11 games in. Where you really at?
Taking a punch. It's way, way, way more indicative of who you are, your ability to take a punch, than to give one. The knockout fighters, they get knocked out if they can't take a punch. This group's proving again and again that they can take jabs and punches with the best of them and hang around until they can throw it.
Coach, you talked about deep ball being difficult to play. So like tonight, you might have been perfect on that.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game. I just told Shock that. I said, Shock, I told him before the game, I said, on defense, 40% of the game is going to be, can we destroy blockers and tackle the back? The other 40% is going to play with our back to the ball. Because they're going to get your back to the ball. Like you're going to have your back to the ball, and you're going to have to make a play. And if you win about 66%, you're good. I felt like we had 3 times, and we won 3. If you go 2 out of 3, you probably do okay. And that's what it boils down to when you play them. You got to play with the back of the ball, and you got to stop the run.
You mentioned earlier that after they scored that first touchdown, you guys improved. How do you guys stay so core as a team?
We get a lot of practice at it. I mean, seriously, I don't know how many times they scored the first drive. I feel like it's every single game. We're 11-0. Maybe they've scored 11 straight. I don't know, but that doesn't bother us because we know we can fix it. There's a lot of confidence when they jog off the sideline. It's like, take a deep breath. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it right. And the kids believe in that. And a lot of teams, when that landslide happens, that's what I talk about with the off-season program and all the mental conditioning. Like, we're good, man. Let's go fix this.
2 more questions?
Coach, many times you've mentioned the importance of having versatility in the secondary, guys knowing multiple positions, but it seems on the offensive line it's the same thing. You can plug and play guys in different positions. How important is that for you to have this one?
Yeah, with the injuries we've had, it's been great. Stacy's done a great job of cross-training those guys. Feeling like we got 3 tackles, 3 or 4 guards, 2 centers. I mean, you got to go into the season with that. And when you don't, you get in trouble. And he's done a good job building those guys from that way.
Just talk a little bit more about at Tech next week. Obviously, they'd love to knock off the #1 team in the country with everything in play. Yeah.
Who wouldn't? They're all coming for us. So that's what it is. I mean, we're not concerned with who's coming after us. We're concerned with who we're coming after. And our job is to get ready and prepared for a really physical, hard-nosed, a team that knows everything about us. Buster Faulkner's there, their staff is, Kevin Scherr is there, Brett Key's there. They got good coaches, but it's not going to be the coaches that win the game. It's going to be the players. It's going to be a tough game. And our kids have got to respect it, understand it, and go out and play physical. That's what football is.
Thank you.